Good day. My name is Scott Picken. I'm the CEO and founder of Migrate, and I believe I've got something really exciting that I want to share with you. So if you are a left-brain person, this is for you. It goes into a lot more detail, and the other video that was up there was much quicker for the right-brain people who just want all the information straight away. I've even put a PowerPoint together for you so you can see it. What's this all about? Well, it's about becoming a wealth partner. And what is a wealth partner? Well, effectively, it's a shareholder within our platform, within our company. So quick question. Let's get that brain going. Who is Ronald Wayne? Can you think about it? Are you interested? Well, it's interesting. Does this give you a little bit of a clue? In simple terms, Ronald Wayne was the guy, the third founder of Apple, who sold his shares in 1976, 10% for $2,300, that today is worth $76 billion. And considering that Amazon is Apple is $1 trillion company, they're probably worth a hell of a lot more than that now. What's the moral of the story? Be careful that you make the right decisions at the right time and that you get the right information. The second story that I want to share with you is that we've been building Migrate since 2010. And what was really interesting to me is that people used to come along and they'd say, listen, we really like the, being able to invest in the property deals or the real estate deals, but we want to invest in the platform. I'd say, well, you can't really do that. Secondly, we're building, and to build a platform and to invest in the technology costs money. And I was running out of capital to fund that, that I was doing through my other business, RPS. And thirdly, I read a great book, which is this book here, Behind the Cloud by Mark Benioff. And I really, admire Salesforce and what they've achieved. And he pretty much explained there that in 1999 over here, when they started, they had no money and they went out to venture capitalists and they said, look, we're going to put CRM, customer relationship management, in the cloud, and we're going to be a great company one day. And venture capitalist says it's never going to happen. And so Mark Benioff went out to his clientele and he said, listen guys, why don't you invest with me? And not only will you benefit as a shareholder in the growth of the company, but you can also help co-create the product. Well, you can see what's happened here with Salesforce, and it's the 14th biggest company in the world. And I really loved what they did because they were part of the growth within the company. They shared in the value that was created, and they called them design partners. And so in June 2014, we launched our wealth partner concept. So what's this all about? Well, if you're interested in becoming a wealth partner, then you'll get to be part of co-creating the functionality that you want to see. If you look at the best marketplaces in the world, whether they're eBay or Alibaba, or Amazon, you can see that they've got reputation management systems. It's all about grading the sellers and the investors and the information and badges and everything else. But we're building out this functionality over the next 12 months. If you look at eBay and all the functionality, it's called social proofing and listing the rankings, the ratings, and all the different things. And, I always say to people, what about if we had, the type of partners, the years in business, the number of projects, the niche focuses, the amount of money they're investing, the risks, the responsiveness to communication, the timing of dividends, the accuracy of their returns, and then even some sort of algorithm, based on the ranking of our fellow peers, based on, the understanding and experience of those peers, which would change the rankings and help it make it much easier and safer for people to invest. But what about reputation management systems, so rewards-based systems? And people will get badges for doing different things. And as an example, due diligence and community due diligence and all the badges that would come with that. And what about investing with your network? A lot of people say to me, I'd like to invest with my friends. Well, imagine if we facilitated it. And you could invest with your friends. You could get involved in investor circles. You could think about the super brew for investing that you could bring together and all the functionality. You could join investor circles. You could create investor circles. You could then have all the different badges. You could compete with your friends at work or from your university classes or from your school classes. And really, like I said to you, it becomes the super brew of investing, and we would enable that through the platform to take place. But what about the product side? What about education funding? If you're a parent and you want to make sure that you've got the money so that your kids can have any education they want in the world, or gifts. I'm tired of giving bloody plastic toys to my godchildren or to even my son. What about giving them gifts that are going to stand the test of time, the gifts that will keep on giving, whether it's your birthday or engagements or new babies? What about a stable income fund? What most people learn is that to learn from the wealthiest people in the world, it's about earning a passive income. And what about building a stable income and deciding what your passive income is and then using smart investing to help you make the right decisions for your life so that you can create that stable income. Or even, what about retirement? You're sitting back and just relaxing. We call it auto investing. So every month it's going into your, into your portfolio and helping you grow the portfolio that you want, and ultimately helping you retire early and create the lifestyle that you want. It's what we call becoming a global citizen. These are all products we got planned in the next 12 months, but we need you as wealth partners to help us. We need you to become wealth partners so we can fund the tech team. We can put more money into the investment so that we can build the technology and build the products to make these products a reality on the platform. We've got the whole ecosystem. We've already got Wealth Migrate. We've got the Wealth University, which is like, it's the TED Talks for wealth. It's all about curating the best in the world around wealth and everything that's learning on the online digital environment and getting the best people in the world to participate in that. Then we've got the wealth movement, which is like the live events like TED Talks where we come together around the world, and whether it's TEDx or TED Talks, people can learn in their environments. And then ultimately we'll bring out Wealth Create, where people can invest, using digital currencies and learn while doing and invest from even from $1 and be able to participate. And this is what we call our global wealth group, or our ecosystem. And we need your help to make it a reality. Things like the WealthE coin, unlocking that whole ecosystem in terms of where we are going and what it is that we're doing. And for me, being a wealth partner is driving you and your fellow peers up the participation scale. Up until now, you've been complying and consuming. You've possibly been sharing and affiliating with the platform, and maybe even getting involved in adapting the platform. But now we're saying, get involved in the funding of the platform, become a shareholder of the platform. And with time, you might even produce, value to the platform and you'll be rewarded from that within the platform. And then ultimately, just like Wikipedia, some of you will become shapers of this platform, shapers of the wealth movement as we go out there and we empower 1 billion people. And then, I talk a lot about the participation premium. And in 2014, we launched the Wealth Partners. In 2015, we launched the Wealth Collaborative, economy honeycomb. Now, the honeycomb in nature is the most resilient structure. You can see that there's 6 parts to this. We've got real estate, we've got technology, we've got investors, we've got the vision and mission, we've got exponential, and we've got the business side. Now, this comes from a framework put together by Salim Ishmael from Exponential Organizations. And I tend to say that we built this for empowered people who want to co-create a better world together, for all. And you get to choose where you want to participate within our collaborative wealth economy as a wealth partner in terms of where we're going. And this is what the participation premium is all about. IKEA furniture is valued far more by people that actually build it themselves. Don't let someone else build this. Help us co-create it together. That's what our wealth partners are all about in terms of this process. And when you start to look at big picture, there's a fundamental shift in the world from old power to new power. When you consider, you're on the left-hand side, you've got your return. On the bottom, you've got your short-term risk. On the right-hand side, you've got exponential rising. And on the top, you've got global and purposeful. And when you consider the old businesses of the world, the Encyclopedia Britannicas, they're in the bottom left. It's old power model with an old power values. Whereas in the top right, you've got Wikipedia, which is new power with new power models. Another example is the Marriott hotels, the biggest hotel chain in the world. But when you compare it to Airbnb and the value that's been created in Airbnb, you can definitely see the difference between bottom left corner and top right corner. Then you've got Barnes & Noble or any other bookstore in the world, and then you've got Amazon, the global real estate, the global marketplace, for online retail basically. When it comes to property or real estate, there's a tremendous opportunity. It's a $217 trillion industry. It's going to be disrupted by technology. And so you can have the old sort of traditional property companies or REITs or funds, or, you can have companies like Wealth Migrate and the Global Wealth Group that are new power models, new power values that are going to disrupt the real estate industry. And, I tend to say that there might be short-term risk but actually there's long-term risk with the old power models. All the long-term trends, all the macroeconomic power forces are going towards that top right corner. And you have to be in that top right corner if you want to make long-term investments. There's 3 key drivers that drive the metrics of our business. The first one is the number of transactions. The second is the fees. And the third is the average transaction size. And to become $1 billion company, we basically need to drive revenues of more than $100 billion. $100 million, which will make us $1 billion company. And in simple terms, we've got three metrics we're striving for. We need to increase the number of transactions. We need to decrease the average transaction size. And in simple terms, we are aiming for 1 million transactions per year at an average fee, monetizing the supply and the demand side of 5% with an average transaction size of $2,000. If we do that, that equals $100 million in revenue, which is $1 billion company, which is the minimum that we are aiming for in terms of where we're going over the next 5 to 7 years. And in conclusion, Peter Diamandis wrote this incredible book called Bold that I would highly recommend. He's one of the most recognized people around the world in the space. And he said the world's biggest problems are also the world's biggest opportunities. When one considers the wealth gap or income inequality, it is widening every single year. It is the greatest challenge that we have on this planet. It's the number one thing in terms of the UN global goals by 2030. And someone has to solve that problem. And that is exactly what we're doing. Our mission is to empower at least 1 billion people, to enable the 99% to invest like the top 1%, to make investing as simple as a swipe of a finger and literally from $1. And that's what the whole wealth movement is about. That is our purpose. That is our passion. It's to solve the greatest challenge on the planet. And I love, I've always lived by Zig Ziglar's principle. You can have anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. If we empower 1 billion people, it is only a matter of time until we too are $1 billion company. And what I love about where the world's changed is that in the old days, Mother Teresa had to go out there and live in abject poverty as she created, whatever value to other people. Nowadays, you can solve the world's greatest challenges. You can have a purposeful impact on the planet, and you can create a lot of value for all of those that are involved, in terms of a lot of wealth for all of those that are involved. Just to finish off with some of our metrics, we've now got members in 118 countries. We've got investors from 59 countries. We've facilitated over $500 million in real estate deals. We've had $79 million go through the platform. We've paid out over $5 million in dividends. We've won a number of awards. And something I'm proudest of is we've got a higher than 70% investment rate. There's clearly a need. We are clearly solving a massive problem around the world. And yet we are only just getting started, the tip of the iceberg. If you invested $10,000 in Amazon in 1997 when it listed, today it's worth $12 million. And as a Wealth Migrate investor, we wanted to offer you this opportunity. We are partnering with Seeders, the largest equity crowdfunding platform in the world, so that you too could participate and become a shareholder in our platform. You too could co-create what you would like to see, the dashboards and all the user experience that you would like to see within the platform. And so if this is of interest to you, go below. There's 6 different options that you can choose by. There's a lot of detail there. Find the option that suits you, that's going to add the most value to yourself, because I fundamentally believe that there's 3 reasons that people become wealth partners. The first is that they want to basically learn and grow with a like-minded group of people around the world, ultimately becoming global citizens. And that's why you need to choose one of the 6 options below that suits your needs. Secondly, they know that by disrupting this old archaic $217 trillion industry in the real estate space, there's going to be tremendous value and tremendous wealth created for the platform that makes it happen. And third, they want to have a purposeful impact on this planet. It's what I call their destiny. In simple terms, it's not for everybody. But if it's for you, pick one of the 6 options below, and I look forward to welcoming you to our Wealth Partner community. One final thought. We're building the Amazon for global real estate. Can you afford not to be part of it?